Four-time Stanley Cup champion Claude Lemieux returning to Montreal, seemingly on top of the world, revered by the crowd as he literally and emotionally lit up a stadium. But just 4 days later, shock. Lemieux's family confirming his death by suicide at 60 years old. Tributes flooding in from the hockey community. But less covered, an announcement from the family that they'd be donating Lemieux's brain to the Boston University CTE Center as a, quote, gift to science and to future generations of families seeking answers, emphasizing no conclusions should be drawn regarding any diagnosis.
It's the thousands of impacts over an athletic career.
Dr. Jesse Mess is one of the lead researchers at the center.
Just about everybody who we have found CTE in their brain has had a history of exposure to repetitive head impacts from contact sports, occasionally from military service.
He helped publish the largest ever study for deceased male ice hockey players in December 2024. In it, finding the odds of having CTE increased by 34% each year played. In the United States, CTE is often tied to football, high-profile suicides, a Hollywood movie, and years of the NFL updating concussion protocols.
We broaden the definition of concussion.
But Mez stresses that there's a risk from any contact sport, and now hockey players are increasingly under the microscope.
When you look at a football player's brain versus a hockey player's brain under a microscope, what differences do you see?
We did not see very noticeable differences.
Probably my first bad concussion would have been my first game in the minor leagues. I pretty much got probably one a year after that.
Jamie Huscroft played almost 400 NHL games over 10 years. Known as an enforcer, he estimates he had at least 14 concussions over his life on the ice.
Probably fought guys above my weight class. Did I know it was dangerous? Absolutely. But, I did it.
It was a different era when he played.
We knew concussions weren't good. We just didn't know the severity.
Now Huscroft raises awareness about concussions, talking to coaches, athletic trainers, and players at all levels.
They do a really good job of making sure that the kids self-report, and they'll even have the teammates report. Sometimes I can fool you, but when I'm talking to my teammates and my peers, they'll notice.
Huscroft credits the NHL with making positive rule changes and leveling fines for intentional acts. While concussions can be diagnosed, CTE can't be until after death. But researchers are working on finding biomarkers, similar to how doctors are now able to diagnose Alzheimer's disease.
For many, many years, we would diagnose these other neurodegenerative diseases in life without that biomarker. And I think we should be moving towards that with CTE too.
That would be done with recognizing symptoms like cognitive impairment and behavioral and mood changes, a challenge since they can overlap with so many medical issues. And Huscroft says there's still a stigma about talking about them.
I think guys pretty much, they just separate from the team right out of pride.
Claude Lemieux was a longtime advisor for Carolina Hurricanes goalie Frederik Andersen, now battling to hoist the Stanley Cup. Speaking of Lemieux after a recent game.
He's the ultimate competitor, but he's got the biggest heart.
But now it's Lemieux's brain that could have an impact on the game for years to come. Dr. Akshay Sayal, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.